Hello everyone, Nika here with your Daily Neuro Nuggets. So it seems like it's been forever. I'm finally back from my very long work trip and I'm here at work, but I wanted to pop on here and say hi because we have a lot to talk about. I have been wanting to talk about this case for a long time, but I know a lot of you don't want me to veer off from IDAHO4, but eventually at some point we're going to have to. But this case is so similar, I think, to the IDAHO4 that it's really pulling me, and so I must talk about it. Another young man, very weird crime, very horrible investigation, so we need to speak up. Now, Noah Presgrove found unalived, but my question is, did somebody else do it? Because this took place back Labor Day 2023, but the family is now coming up to several news sources and speaking up about possible suspects. So he was found unalived in the nude along the Oklahoma highway, but the Oklahoma State Bureau is not investigating this case as a murder. So I watched a video yesterday of his sister, and she is coming forward. She is speaking up. She's saying that something happened at a party, much like the IDAHO4. So could this have been what set off possibly a chain of events that could have led to Noah Presgrove, 19 years old, being found unalive in the nude in the middle of the freaking highway? Let's keep talking. So this 19-year-old had been drinking with friends during this Labor Day weekend party, as many 19-year-olds would do. And he had rolled an ATV that he was driving that day. And he returned to the house after the accident and got in a fight with his girlfriend and then left to never be seen again. So there is a video of a pathologist. She's a forensic pathologist, Dr. Michelle Debris, and she's a well-known pathologist. This woman knows what she's talking about, and her opinion of this case, pay close attention. She says, it is not tracking as a motor vehicle accident. I'm very strongly suspicious that there was some sort of assault before he was placed on the road, and perhaps he was placed on the road to be made to look like a traffic accident. But why does she think that this was no traffic accident, that this was potentially foul play? She mentions that there were no long bone fractures, so no fractures on the legs or the arms, and she also says that he has had severe injuries on both sides of the body, and he had shoes on. Most motor vehicle accidents, most people lose their shoes. He also had significant head injuries, so he had fractures all over the skull, and they were not minor fractures, they were numerous and large. He also had a significant rib fracture, and this is very important because a lot of people, when we talk about these cases that for some of us appear to be foul play, they immediately say, well, he could have been using something. Okay, like we have maybe speculated on the IDAHO4 that could the girls have been using something? Were they drugged? We don't know. But in this case, the autopsy report shows that no, Noah Presgrove did not have any drugs in his system. And this next clue is very massive to me because there was no debris at the scene. How are you going to say that this was a car crash, something accidental, and there's no debris? There would be some debris, there would be something in the area. Not only that, but on impact, let's be honest, that would be very messy. He wouldn't have been found in the fetal position on the side of the road. The autopsy, by the way, was not done for 24 hours after Noah had passed, and a medical examiner was not at the scene, which to me stands out as very unusual because the examiner is a person who, at least in my jurisdiction, takes notes of the scene. So who showed up? Was it police? Was it local police? Was it local law enforcement? And did they even take notes of what they found on the side of the road? I mean, good notes, because we know that police does not have the same training forensic training as a medical examiner would. They just don't. So again, that is very rare to me. That's a red flag to me, because why was there no medical examiner at the scene? Allegedly, Noah was also found with one of his shoes on, and the other shoe supposedly belonged to an unknown person. So not only is he in a fetal position on the side of the highway, but he's wearing shoes still, which that's a red flag if it's supposed to be a car crash. But he's wearing a shoe that belongs to God knows who. And his pants are neatly folded next to him. Again, Noah is found in the fetal position, bloodied. Why are his pants next to him all nice and folded and neat? Red flag, right? So for this case to not be investigated as a murder means one of two things. Either police are lazy, incompetent, or both, or this is a cover-up, because Noah did not do this to himself. Now, his friends need to be investigated. Cell phone records need to be looked at. It doesn't fit. Again, just like the IDAHO4, right? Nobody heard anything. Dog is barking. That camera picked that up. But Dylan and Bethany didn't hear anything. It doesn't fit. And in this case, we have very similar pieces that just don't fit. Jealousy, youth, and alcohol are a dangerous combination with the wrong people. So why did they take his clothes off? Was it to humiliate him? Because to me, this sounds like foul play. And to me and to Dr. Debris, sounds like he was dumped on the side of the road, on the side of the highway. Does it not stink like foul play? And I just have to wonder if the murderer is from a local affluent family with local law enforcement protecting them. Because just because you cannot figure out who the murderer is does not mean Noah Presgrove was not murdered. So prayers to Noah and his family, and I'm really hoping that the sister gives us more details on what took place at that party. What happened? Was this another David Loesch scenario? I don't know. But they need very good attorneys and maybe a lawsuit, because this stinks like foul play, and it should be investigated as a crime, according to not only me, but to several forensic pathologists. So I really hope that the family is coping well, and let me know if you have seen any other similarities between this Noah Presgrove case and the IDAHO4, because it's very heartbreaking to me as somebody who could have, you know, I'm at the age where I could have a child who's 19, 20 years old, and it's heartbreaking to see these young people being unalived left and right, and no one's doing anything about it. We just cover it up, pretend it didn't happen, right? And me and you are here to call the BS out when we see it, when we hear it, and this is one of those cases. So stay tuned. I am going to continue to cover the IDAHO4, but we need to look at this case much more deeply. So you guys have a good day, and leave a comment, leave a like. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. A lot of people have also been getting unsubscribed from the channel, so double check, make sure that the platform did not unsubscribe you to me, because they like to do that for some reason. So have a good night. Bye-bye.